Well, well, well. Looks like you found yourself in a bit of a tight spot there, Mr. Big Scary Nanosuit Man. What's the matter? Couldn't use your performance-enhancing alien onesie to get away from the bad guys? I guess Crysis 3 is just going to be a game about hanging out in a box and not moving a lot and being sad and wishing, okay, now you're choking a dude. All right. Hey, take it easy there, Buckshot. It's cool. It's cool. So, planning to bust into the greenhouse gone wild that is New York City? Then you, my friend, are gonna need some guns, which is why it's time for the Gun Show, the show that is a friend to all anatomy textbook models on missions to save the world. There are a lot of ways to defeat your enemies in Crysis 3, including both guns and not guns, which is kind of fitting because you're like both human and not human, right, Prophet? I'm just messing with you. We're not here to debate whether or not you've retained any humanity after mind melding with a quasi-sentient alien exoskeleton. We're here to get you started with the guns of Crysis 3 in this episode of The Gun Show. First things first, let's get some sidearms sorted. The Hammer 2 is your straight-out-the-gate gat, and it's a good silent standby until you get the ultimate in sneaky slaying, the Predator Bow. If you keep a sharp eye out inside the dam, you can find yourself a nice little hand cannon called the Majestic 6 that's good for a bit of bladow here, there, and pretty much anywhere. And don't underestimate the power of the pistol in competitive multiplayer either. Even the lowly M12 Nova can rule the roost when clips run empty, so don't go thinking you're too good for a sidearm just because you have superpowers and a pair of stunner shades. Because you're not. And where did you get those? They look expensive. Are those things polarized? UVA, UVB? Tight. Of course, if dudes get up in your personal space, it's nice to have a few more bullets at your disposal, so how about them submachine guns? You can robble the Feline X3 from this goon after punching his neck real hard, but if you want to stay undetected, be sure to use the handy weapon customization menu and slap a silencer on there. Yes, you have all this stuff available. No, I don't know why. Probably because aliens. Speaking of whom, you're gonna have to get messy with some Ceph before too long, and putting the zippity-zappity K-Volt to work is a good way to stop them in their tracks. It also puts the whammy on cell troopers quite well. Just be sure you finish the job and they aren't just taking a quick seizure nap. Now, if SMGs are those people who talk so quickly as to border on the unintelligible, so not only is it hard to understand, but you can't get an ordinate edgewise, and you start to lose interest and daydream about owning a jetpack, and then you get sleepy and think maybe I should get a snack, and then you do, and they've effectively ended the conversation by talking so fast, then shotguns are just the folks who don't say much, but when they do, they're really loud, and your eardrums are like, dude, time to flee, and your legs are like, cool, minimum safe distance, here I come. Which is to say, shotguns are deadly. Deadly when speeding around a crash site in multiplayer and sweeping up the enemy team. Deadly when playing peekaboo. Deadly when firing in a panicked circle because, oh god, the hunters are right on top of you. Game over, man. Game over. Deadly when deer hunting. And deadly when jammed into the pitiful human vessels that feebly try to oppose you, provided you've attached a bayonet to the front.
It's redacted.
There! Hey, oh, fuck! Get the man down!
Move to cover!
Moving on up the distance charts, we come to assault rifles. But you know what? Assault rifles in Crysis 3 are pretty straightforward. They differ slightly in accuracy and damage, but with the customization menu, you can pretty much rig yourself up something to suit your fancy, whether you've got the Grendel, the Scar, or the Scarab. So go ahead, slap a red dot sight on there for faster target acquisition, or add a foregrip to make your spray and pray tactics a bit less reliant on divine intervention. If you fancy a bit more oomph in your tackle, the MK60 machine gun thumps out heavier rounds that can break a Ceph down to its component parts in a jiffy. Yikes. Good thing you aren't on the cleanup crew. The Gun Show will now pause for a word from our sponsor, the Predator Bow. We'll be back with a full clip of good tips right after these messages. Bow nose stealth. Bow nose sniping. Bow nose arrows that explode in midair. Bow nose one-shotting entire squads. Bow nose electrocuting robots. Bow-nose blowing up helicopters. Bow-nose alien extermination. Bow-nose sticky bombs. Bow-nose, the compound bow was invented in 1966. Bow-nose, this just isn't fair anymore. Now, not to sound like a shill for our fake corporate advertisers, but that bow is nasty. And don't overlook the draw weight option. Quick draw can be handy in multiplayer scenarios when you stumble upon a cluster of cell troopers, and the heavy draw can slam into an enemy like a flipper into a pinball. Even medium draw is plenty deadly at range, enough that players counter-sniping with the DSG-1 sniper rifle should be very wary. Just because you can see a cloaked hunter doesn't mean it can't see you, because it obviously can. And that's really too many shots to take without moving, and I'm almost positive you're about to get it. You got it. Okay, moving on. As if having a suit of super-powered armor wasn't enough for you power-hungry psychos out there.
Listen, there's not a single day goes by where I don't wish I was you.
Sorry, psycho. That was insensitive. I'm sorry about your suit. Do you want to hug it out? Oh, okay, no, bad idea. You're right. Maybe some big guns will cheer you up? Come on, who doesn't like the Typhoon? Just look at that incredible spray of bullets! I mean, in the lopsided hunter mode, that kind of deluge makes sense. But in single player? Holy overkill, Prophet Man! Even this intrepid turret doesn't stand a chance. Poor brave turret. At least you didn't live to be corrupted by evil hackers and see your righteous bullets tearing into the humble troopers that set you up in this dilapidated hellscape. Better to explode than betray your caretakers, right? Well, whether you prefer hacking or destroying them, you should keep an eye out for turrets, because they hurt. View things through your visor vision to spot them ahead of time and survey the scene for other interesting stuff. Mark secondary objectives, discover supply drops, and spot enemy combatants with your all-seeing eyes. Turning those empty triangles into colorful triangles through the magic of geometry lets you track foes and see when they get all cranky because you set one of their buddies on fire, or stopped to warm your hands at the flaming corpse of their friend, or told scary stories around the dude fire. So touchy, these cell types. I mean, look, yes, I stole this L-tag grenade launcher from your supply drop, but dude, I'm using it on a Ceph. That helps you out, see? How about this? I promise not to use the grenade launcher on you. What? I didn't say I wouldn't use the Jaw rocket launcher. I am a super soldier of my word after all, because if a super soldier doesn't have his honor, what does he have? Detachable turrets that shoot large bullets and explosive rounds is the answer to that question. And thanks, by the way, for just leaving these things around. They're fun. But you know, humans aren't the only ones who can make fun guns. You've tried a sniper rifle, sure, but have you ever tried a sniper rifle on assimilated alien technology, man? You're all like, choo, and then your target's all like, kaplow! There's a memorable one-tower stand with the bolt sniper early in the campaign, but it's the pinch rifle that you form your first steady alien weapon relationship with. Sure, it makes your HUD feel all funny, but the times you two have blasting aliens together, priceless. Whether in the assault rifle-y or shotgun-y firing mode, you two get along famously, and like famous couples, you break up frequently. The pinch rifle doesn't actually stay in your arsenal when you switch weapons, so cherish the moments you two have together. To bring this relationship metaphor one step creepier, if the bolt sniper is your one-night stand and the pinch rifle is your on-again, off-again bow, then the incinerator is the tawdry affair you have with a married neighbor. It's more dangerous to acquire, and it takes some devious planning. But once you get it, things get real hot, real fast. Oh mama, how can something so wrong feel so right? The incinerator is dang effective, but was it worth breaking up a happy home by shooting a robo-xeno-arachno monster with an electric charge arrow and ripping its guts out? Yes. Yes, it was. No doubt there are other wicked weapons and deadly delights to discover deeper into Crysis 3, but for once, we here at the Gun Show are going to show some restraint. Instead of revealing what lies ahead in your journey, we're going to take you back to a simpler time. A time before firearms, when all an alienified, bionic soldier hero demon had to wield against his enemies were 2 bulging biceps and 2 fists of fury.
He's there! Cloaked!
And with that gun show over, it's time to conclude this gun show. Got any hot tips from the multiplayer beta that you want to share? Thoughts on what other kinds of alien technology await within the city formerly known as New York City? Ideas on what sinister plans this nefarious space bus has for humanity? Speak up in the comments below. And hey, thanks for watching The Gun Show.